Hello, 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 blessed people. How are you today? I hope all is well. Sending many blessings your way. How are you feeling? Did you feel that full moon energy yesterday, last night? If you're watching this live, we just are kind of in the release of or the aftermath of the full moon in Aries. And so it was a really potent, the hunter's full moon in Aries, and it was a really potent full moon. And I know I was doing all of my things. It was a great night for me, but we still feeling the energy here. So I was like, I didn't get to do a reading for the day of the full moon, but I thought, why not do one now, right? Because intention is what matters, not necessarily, obviously the planetary alignment amplifies things, but our intention is what really matters. So I thought I'd pop on some red, embodying that Aries energy. And shout out to Tuskegee, it's our homecoming week, so killing two birds with one stone. But I thought I'd pop in here really quick. Hopefully it can be quick, and just pull some cards around the full moon in Aries energy. And so, when thinking about the full moon in Aries, like Aries is like that warrior, that leadership, like that fiery energy, really going about things. It's all about the me. Like, what do I believe? What are my values? What do I need to strive for? What do I need to go for? And Libra, and we're still in Libra season, Libra is all about the we. So, how can we find the perfect balance to work in perfect harmony with each other? How can we as a collective have the justice we need in order to have a good ecosystem? And so when thinking about the we versus the me, how can we use that energy during this time? So I will be pulling some cards around that, a 3-card spread, and y'all, I cannot wait to share. It's from my 2 new decks that I just received. And the first one is the Mother Tarot. Look at this. Beauty by Ren. Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. This deck is absolutely gorgeous. So I'll just read a little insert of this deck because I think it's perfect for the energy after full moon in Aries. And we're actually in a Taurus moon right now, and the Taurus energy is perfect after this full moon because we're fired up, we're ready, we know what we want to do, we know the actions that we want to set. We have released the the limiting beliefs and things that didn't serve us during the full moon. Now we're ready to step into and set into motion what we kind of want to do in this next season of life, or in this next cycle of life, or wherever you are. So Taurus is the perfect moon to come after this, and which is where we are right now, because Taurus is that really grounding energy, right? It's that practical grounding and integration energy. And so we need to make sure that we set up the good foundation, that good soil, so that we can really have that good roots in order to so our roots are planted in some good soil. So we're setting that foundation now. So thank you for the Taurus energy. But again, when thinking about the world we want to create, the seeds that we planted that we want to see come into fruition, we're creating, right? So I thought this deck would be a perfect deck to pull some cards around. And so I'll just read a little bit of it here. The Mother Tarot is devoted to the earth, the bird, creativity. She is designed to harness and ground chaotic and visionary energy for a purpose of inspiration and integration. Her dynamic colors and characters create and hold space for healing and evolution. So she is the sister deck to the Dark Days Tarot deck. And fun fact about the Dark Days Tarot deck, shout out to my girl Abby, if you're watching this. She was actually the first one to pull a card for me and or do like a mini, like a little friendly reading. And the deck that she used was the Dark Days Tarot deck. So I just love how that all comes into circle. So the 3 questions that I will be asking around the tarot, around this full moon in Aries energy vibe aftermath, is how can I find perfect harmony between myself and others? Again, Aries the me, Libra the we. So how can I find that perfect harmony between myself and others? And then what emotions do I need to release? Again, the full moon is all about releasing. What can we release with the full moon so that we are able to step into the next phase that we want to without that excess baggage, right? We don't want that excess baggage with us. So the 3rd question is, what can I transform? How can I transform harm into peace? So Aries ruling planet is Mars, and Mars tends to be really, really aggressive and can sometimes cause harm. So how can we transform that information, or how can we transform that energy into peace, right? Peace, my daughter's name, which I love. And then I got another oracle deck. I decided to pull Abiola. She released yesterday a full moon spread for working with her new deck that just came out, which is the African Goddess Rising deck. So freaking beautiful. I've been working with this deck every day. Let me just charge my phone here. Make sure I don't lose you all. I've been working with this deck every day. This is beautiful, beautiful deck. And just a little bit about this deck, if you're interested in picking it up, which I highly recommend. The deck will support you as a tool of divination, healing, and awakening and personal development. May you wish to develop a deeper and mystics within this deck in the African goddess intuition, sacred rituals of self-love, prosperity, and joy. Rise up, beautiful one. It is your time. Ashe. See what spirit has for us. Sorry, I don't know what's going on. Hopefully I'm back now. Okay, I've already blessed the deck. I'm gonna try to be a little bit shorter with my lives or my videos because I will be posting this on YouTube. So if you want to see this or want to check out my YouTube channel, I definitely welcome you there. Zen Wellness Space on YouTube. So again, we're asking the energy of how can I find perfect harmony between myself and others? How can I find perfect harmony between myself and others? And what emotions do I need to release? And what can I and how can I transform harm into peace? Okay, got a couple of things popped out here. So let's see what Spirit So Funny has for us, because I see one of the cards popped up for us. Oh, beautiful. When I did a reading with, when I showed Amanda these cards, my co-host from the Transformative Circle podcast, one of the cards came up. So very excited to share. Okay, so the first card, how can I find perfect harmony between myself and others? So the card that came up was the King of Wands. So this is what the card looks like to me. How can I find perfect harmony between myself and others? I see again the wands, that energy of creating, right? That fiery energy we're ready to do, the passions, the projects, those things. So finding perfect harmony between yourself and others, what I'm seeing is root, my friend. Ground. Again, we talked about that good soil. Make sure you plant yourself in those soils, because what you're manifesting out of your hands is growing up now. So that's just intuitively what pops up for me. And let's see what the book has to say. And this is just such a beautiful book. The King of Wands. Creative mastery has been achieved. A vision is clear on both micro and macro levels. There is a thorough plan to execute our ideas. Success has come from years of experience. Countless whispers follows. Many failures and lessons in bravery executed from the mountains of doubt. The seeds once planted seem small, all the same time, but now feel more powerful now more than ever. So that's beautiful to me. Creative mastery has been achieved. The vision is clear on both the micro and macro levels. There is a plan to execute our ideas. So again, when we're thinking about how can I find perfect harmony between myself and others? We have that fire, we have that creativity going now. So really planting ourselves in the moment and allowing the vision to become clear and allowing the vision to become clear for ourselves. And then once we really understand the vision for ourselves, root in that, we can then create and let those inspirations of what we found in the rooms blossom and bloom for there. And then we can share it with others. But in my belief, it really starts with self, right? It really starts with self. And then once you really ground and start with self and know and have a clear vision of what you want, then you are able to share with share with the collective, all the beautiful things that you have obtained. All right, when thinking about what emotions do I need to release at this time, this is the card that popped up for Amanda and I, my co-host of the Transformative Circle podcast, when we did a reading from this deck. And this is the Four of Cups. So in the Four of Cups, cups are around emotion, and the number 4 is about stability. So what emotions do I need to release at this time? So maybe there's some unstable energy that we need to release. As you can see, she's kind of pouring some of those emotions to her, but at the same time, it's like it's almost flowing through her. It's going right back into the water. So let's see what the book has to say. Four of Cups, beautiful card. It's easier to react to the mundane threats out of fear than it is to manifest your destiny. Our instincts would prefer to escape discomfort. The figure drowns her sorrows in the dewdrops, thinking that there could never be enough dew to mend their heart. What is unseen is coming rainstorm that will change your perspective on things, and dew for the matter. You will have to face your feelings, ready or not. So what emotions do I need to release? Not accepting your feelings. Feel those feelings. Let those feelings go into you. Again, those feelings, those emotions are going into her, but at the same time, she's releasing those. So what emotions, as they come up, feel them. Don't dismiss it. Don't spiritually bypass them. Feel them. Deal with the shadow work. There's a medicine in them, but don't stay there, right? You got to let it flow through you. Let it flow through you. Okay. So when thinking about how I can transform harm into peace, how can I transform harm into peace? The beautiful card that popped up is Justice. And don't get me wrong, again, I am not an astrologer. I just really study I'm a student of astrology, but this is giving me Libra vibes. I don't know if it's giving you Libra vibes. Again, we're thinking about the balancing of the scales. This is giving me Libra vibes. The Justice card. So how can I transform harm into peace? So even here, you can see kind of like that Aries energy, that fiery energy. She's balancing that out with the water. So there's balance there. So when emotions come up, those fiery, angry, harmful emotions come up, knowing, okay, I got to balance out. I got to tip the scales here and make sure that I bring in the emotions to cool some of that energy down. So let's see what the book has to say around justice. Okay, taking a stand and dealing with legal matters and coming into the defense of others in face of danger and ethical violations are themes that are coming into view. No one is free until we are all free, respected, and empowered. Can we just clap for that? Let me repeat that again. No one is free until we are all free and feel safe, respected, and empowered. When resources are equally distributed, when greed is eradicated, complete healing is possible. The path that leads to this kind of completeness is dynamic and evolving. Keep the goal in place and allow the steps to change as necessary. So when those emotions come up, when those harmful emotions come up, how do we balance that? How do we transform that into peace? Recognize our resources, realize how we can distribute those and turn them into peace, because we know that healing is possible, right? When greed is eradicated, when the ego is eradicated, that's how we can transform that harmful energy into peace. No one is free until we are all safe, all feel respected and empowered, right? So if you are having harmful emotions, is it around belittling somebody, right? Because that's not peace. That's not harmony. That's not how we can all be free. That's not justice. So we need to bring in and balance out some of those energies, right? The Justice card. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful card. I love this card. I love this card. Okay, and so the ethers, or the energy around this spread right here, is the Three of Cups. And the Three of Cups to me is all about celebration and unity and collaboration. Again, unity and collaboration and celebration around your emotions. So knowing that you are finding that perfect harmony between the we and the me, and releasing not spiritual bypassing some of those difficult emotions that have come up, recognizing them, allowing them to flow through you, and then bringing what your resources and what you have obtained into perfect balance or perfect harmony to receive that justice. Okay, so let's go into the African goddess energy, which I can't wait to check out so we can see what goddess energy we can embody at this time. Again, we're looking at the dark side and the light. So what gifts are hiding in my subconscious, and how do I release to obtain those gifts? So what do I need to release to obtain those gifts? And what gifts are hiding in my subconscious? So Spirit, what do you have for us? I don't do one more. Oh, this popped up for me this morning and it's coming up again. Let me just sit with this for a second. So what gifts are hiding in my subconscious? And the card that popped up is Cosmic Power. Mayawalisa, the goddess of cosmic power. Number 2. This is one of the temple cards, or the guardian cards. Ooh, let's see. I haven't received this one, so let's see what this card is all about. So this is the Temple of Guardians. And Mayolisa, the god or goddess of cosmic power. The temple is the guardians. The element is air. Mayolisa is a force, mother and father, god and goddess. Mao is the moon in the divine feminine. Lisa is the sun in the divine masculine. They come together during a fond eclipse and create cosmic power. You are in the right place. Release fears of your power. You are sacred. You are magic. Now that you know this, you can no longer pretend that you are not. Okay? Rise up. This is the embodiment of this card. So that was my Elisa's guidance for us, okay? That you are in the right place. Release those fears of that you are powerless, you are sacred, you are magic. Now that you know this, there's no turning back. So now is the time for us to rise up into your magnificence. Love and accept yourself fully to unlock in everything you seek. Stop pretending to be less than you are. Your real power has nothing to do with external gains. Cosmic power cannot be destroyed or lost. Cosmic power cannot be destroyed or lost. You were created by the same force and birth in the sun and the moon. My power, this is an affirmation, the goddess affirmation. My power shines forth from within. So what are the gifts that are hiding in my subconscious? That we have the power. We are the alchemist. We are the magician. We are the goddess. We are the god. We are the power. We have the power within us. Do not let anybody tell you that you're not, right? You are in the right place. You are magic. So that release all of the people who said you aren't, release those thoughts, release those self-doubt, release those self-limiting beliefs. We're releasing it all with this past Aries full moon. I did a burn ritual. I wrote down all of my self-limiting beliefs, and I burned that shit down. Burn that shit to the ground, and watch the ashes flow into the air, because they're no longer with me, right? They're no longer serving me. They're no longer with me. So that's the what gifts are hiding in my subconscious. So remember, my Olisa said, you are cosmic power. Okay, so how do I unlock these gifts? Which is my favorite part. Again, this came up for me this morning, so I kind of am familiar with this a little bit. So how do I unlock these gifts? How do you unlock this powerful gifts? My beautiful goddess, sacred lust. Sacred lust. Quatesh. So she's beautiful, she's powerful, she's vulnerable. She is just out here doing her thing, and she's got two men by her side, just like, okay, I'll go a little bit with you. I'll go a little bit with you. I'm standing on a lion. I am brave. I am fearless. I am out here. So let's see what this has to say. Quatesh, the goddess of sacred lush, the temple of lovers. The element is fire. Ketesh, the goddess of the gods, is an Egyptian goddess of sacred sexuality, ecstasy, and fertility. Her two men, two men, are the fertile god Min in Montu and the god of Min in Montu, the god of war. You are an erotic creature, and you have divine right to experience sexual ecstasy. It is sacred to give and receive pleasure. It is sacred to give and receive pleasure. You desire to feel good. It feels good to feel good. So allow yourself to feel good. Lean into sacred lust. Turn up your own fire, quench your thirst, dance with pleasure. You are daring. Embrace your sensuality and will set the world on fire. It feels good to feel good. The goddess declaration. It feels good to feel good. So that's how we can release that energy. Feel good. Feel good. I mean, that's how we can unlock that energy, to feel good, to embody, to be bold, to be out here, to be proud, to know that you deserve sacred lust. You deserve to feel good. You deserve to feel powerful. You deserve to have the magic within your hands. And you recognize that now, right? Because we're releasing all of those limiting beliefs, because Mayolisa is telling us that we have the cosmic power, and we know this to be true in ourselves. Why? Because we deserve it. We deserve it. We deserve it. So, and the energy, this is perfect, because the energy or the ethers of this goddess reading was my beautiful Haitian goddess, Aries Dantour, the goddess of etheric cords. Again, Myolisa, we have here with the cosmic power. So if there's anything that are, or cords that you need to release, that you need to cut, energetic cords that you need to cut, that is holding you back and not letting you tap into or show up as your full self, release those now. This goddess here, she is one of the Haitian goddesses, and she is here to cut through those cords with her machete. She's here to cut through them, So use that energy, because that's the energy in the ethers right now. So quick reading. I was able, hopefully, to make this short. I hope it resonates with you. Again, per usual, take what resonates, leave behind what doesn't, and step into your power. Enjoy and invite in sacred lust, because you deserve it. You need it. This is your time. I hope you feel inspired, you feel rejuvenated, and you know what you need to get done. Or maybe what you need to get done is rest. I know for me, I'm just recently coming out of hermit mode. I needed a rest. I was constantly tapping in and listening and assisting everybody else. I wasn't tuning in for myself. I was missing messages because I was so constantly sharing some of those messages with others and not realizing that some of those messages needed to be for myself. So I was fired up to take some rest. Okay. And so know that that's good too. You don't necessarily have to be fired up and, oh, I have to do my side hustle, a project, do a thing. Sometimes it's just sitting with those emotions, recognizing them and letting them flow through you. So hope this resonated a little bit, a lot. If it did, let me know. I will share information about these new decks. Very, very new, hot off the press decks below. So if you want to check it out, be sure to hit them up. Both of these creators are amazing, just amazing, beautiful energy. So sending lots of peace, love, and blessing, justice, right? And empowerment your way. Till the next time.